Hi there. So, question for you. Are you a worrier? And that's my inspiration for today because I was thinking about this myself, about the silly things that sometimes I worry about and how sometimes I always reality check these things. I stop myself from worrying because when you worry about something, it can literally make you feel sick, ill, and it's just not good for you, is it? So, are you a worrier? But if you are a worrier, do you have a technique to stop doing so? So, a small example of that I'll give you is that whenever my husband goes to work or my daughter that drives, all I say is, please just send me a text to let me know you got there okay. And I was just then wondering, where did I get this from, where it came from? And I remember it comes from my mother. And I'm not blaming you, Mom, but from my mother that always, whenever I went, she always wanted you. She doesn't like motorways. She always wants you to text her to know that you got there okay. So that kind of worry or fear has been passed down to me. And I've got this worry too. But when I sort of start worrying and my mind wanders, I always stop myself because the minute that when I worry, it's a horrible feeling. And I say to myself, right, Lona, you've worried about this before thousands of times and nothing's really happened. And at the end of the day, it's almost when we worry about certain things, it's like playing the lottery, isn't it? Chances of anything ever happening. And it is very different to be aware of things because it is important to stay alert, to be aware. But it's when we worry about things and we make ourselves feel physically ill, or we really just distract ourselves from what's really happening now because we're worrying about something that will probably never happen. Just this morning, so this was last night when my hubby went to work, and I thought, why do I always have to have this tax? Why do I worry? Why do I do it every single time? But as I say, I switch it off before it's an uncomfortable feeling. Because as well, I think that the things that we think about the most, or things we think, it's almost like they attract them to us. So I'm always very aware of that. So whenever I start thinking something that I think that's negative, something that I don't want in my life, I kind of push it out of my thought process because I think I don't want to attract those things. But this morning I was walking with my hubby and I was like, oh, let's go down here. And anyway, we ended up getting a little bit lost and down somewhere that was quite sort of, out the way. And I said to him, I said, if I was walking here by myself, I would worry. And that came back to a situation when I was a teenager. Nothing happened to me, but an incident that really frightened me. And I just realized, I thought, I'm just carrying that. And I thought to myself, actually, I'm going to go out and do a walk like that by myself because I will be fine. I've got a phone and it's about being sensible. It's not about putting yourself in danger, but it's about not letting worries that the foundation of them either are historic, they come from someone else, or they don't make sense. And you can prove to yourself time and time again, you worry about exactly the same thing and everything is okay. So when you start getting that horrible feeling in your stomach, to stop yourself and say, I've done this 1,000 times before, or this same thing has happened 1,000 times before and nothing has happened. That, in life, nothing is guaranteed. But what is the point of worrying about things that will probably never happen? So, are you a worrier? And what technique do you use to stop yourself worrying, to sort of nip it in the bud so it doesn't give you that unpleasant feeling that's not good for anyone? Anyway, so that was my topic about today. Worry or not to worry? Best not to worry and enjoy life to the max.